So let's talk about Donald Trump. He had a sit-down interview with Anderson Cooper recently. The entire thing was comical. But I want to discuss the part on immigration because to me, this is the most telling. So he's going to talk here about Jeb Bush and Marco Rubio. Let's listen.
Bush is weak on immigration. Forget about his stance on Common Core, which is a total disaster. He's very weak on immigration. And that's his prerogative if he wants to be. But he doesn't get it.
Marco Rubio, Trump's comments are not just offensive and inaccurate, but also divisive.
Marco Rubio is somebody who is extremely weak on immigration. He all of a sudden toughens his stance because his poll numbers went down. If he ever got elected, you would have people flowing across the border.
So he says, well, Bush is weak on immigration. And you're probably thinking, care to give specifics? Like, why? Why is that? Well, he thinks that because Bush's wife is Hispanic. That's as far as his reasoning goes. No, there's no, like, let me point to this policy that he proposed 2.5 years ago. He spoke about this in this interview with New York Times or whatever. No, none of that. In Donald Trump's mind, his wife is Hispanic. Therefore, he is weak on immigration. If that's not what a bigot is, and if that's not how a bigot thinks, I don't know what a bigot is or how a bigot thinks. That appears to me to be straightforward bigotry. Now, if it's not clear enough, he also retweeted something the other day referring to Bush's wife as an illegal. She, of course, isn't an illegal, and she never was. She's a legal immigrant. But again, in his mind, think about the mind of Donald Trump, the small, narrow, bigoted mind of Donald Trump. He's like, darker skin than me, not a real American. Well, I don't know what other words you want me to use. That's a bigot. That's a racist. That's what you are, okay? But then let's get to Marco Rubio now. Now, he says Rubio is weak on immigration. Why? Why is he weak on immigration? Again, does he know policy specifics? Is that what he's referring to here? No. His name is Marco Rubio. That's as far as his thinking goes. Oh, he's got some background issues. He's one of them Hispanics or something. I don't know where he's from. Is he from, like, Colombia or fucking Paraguay or Mexico or Spain? Does he speak the Mexican? Does he speak Mexican? Is that what it is? Of course, he's from Cuba. I doubt Trump even knows that. But in his mind, his last name's Rubio. Game, set, match. Over. Weak on immigration. Dude, Marco Rubio has become so incredibly far right-wing on immigration that he repudiated his own bill. Now, his original bill, was not weak on immigration either. It increased border security, and it just set up a long path to citizenship. So even when he was on the side of doing some kind of immigration reform, he was still in favor of, toughening border security and doing a lot of things that Donald Trump likes. But now he's even further to the right of that. He's as far right as you can get on the issue of immigration now. In Donald Trump's mind, what does he say? I don't care. His last name's Rubio. Weak on immigration. Dude, I've never seen a more straightforward example of a racist, of a bigot. And I'm having this conversation, by the way, as if it's not the case that just recently he also made the comment about how Mexicans are rapists and immigrants are rapists. I mean, that's why he's losing business all over the place. He lost The Apprentice on NBC. He lost a bunch of golf tournaments and things like that. But you ready for that? I give you all that information to set you up for this. News broke today. This is from Vox and is based on a poll from The Economist and YouGov. Take a look at who's leading in a national poll in the Republican primary. Oh, what have you done? Oh, what have you done? Yeah, you see that correctly. The bigger an ass you make of yourself, the more the Republican base says, rock and roll, we fucking love this guy. Donald Trump's rhetoric is so extreme that, like I just explained, the establishment, the politicians, and the elite are like, dude, tone it down. In fact, Reince Priebus of the RNC, who's crazy himself, literally told Donald Trump the other day to tone it down. But the base is like, oh, give me more. The Mexicans are rapists. Totally true. The Chinese are evil. Tell me more about how they're evil. Tell me about your plan to... I have a huge plan to defeat ISIS. I'm just gonna attack them and they're gonna say, God, Donald is so strong. I'm going to lie down and die now. This is stuff, the base hears that and they go, oh, and Donald Trump's a straight shooter, know what I'm saying? He's a good businessman and everything and whatnot, you know? I'm gonna vote for him. Donald Trump is the biggest fraud America has ever seen. The guy is running on his, I'm a business genius. I'm a capitalist who knows what I'm doing. He's running on that. Meanwhile, anybody that looks at his record finds out very quickly, the dude went bankrupt at least 5 times. At least 5 times. And the whole purpose of doing that is to save his own ass as he destroys the lives and livelihoods of people who depend on these different projects for their income, for their living. Okay? I mean, he did that recently with the casino in Atlantic City. He made out just fine. He exploits the bankruptcy laws and he has buddies, on Wall Street that always have his back no matter what. But he goes around fucking over everybody else. He buys out a company, says, oh, I'm going to make this company incredibly profitable. Everybody's going to be really happy and I'm going to provide jobs for everybody. And then what does he do? A few years later, when it doesn't go well, because of course it doesn't go well, it goes belly up. He exploits the bankruptcy laws in his favor, protects his own ass and his own assets, and everybody else gets screwed. That's Donald Trump in a nutshell. A guy who went bankrupt 5 fucking times, and his dad was worth $400 million. You're gonna brag about how brilliant of a business guy you are? Give me a $400 million head start. I'll do way better than you, tough guy. And you know how many times I'll go bankrupt? Donut, bitch! 0, 0, 0. But all this, no, facts, irrelevant. They do not get into the right-wing bubble. The right-wing bubble is made of fucking steel. It's made of Kevlar and steel. It's impenetrable. You can't get in there. The dumber Donald Trump gets, the louder Donald Trump gets, the more the base says, more. Yes, I will vote for you. So far, you've told me that you hate the liberals, you hate the immigrants, you hate the Mexicans. Just give me blacks and Muslims and I'll come all over myself. Please, Donald, give it to me.